you've just got to enjoy the craft and you've got to enjoy the struggle with it, and the opportunities to do it more permanently will come along at the right time.
How does a person answer why something happens?
When you look at the findings in different fields,
scant is the part of life in which we live.
To attain the highest values.
Like, no one has it totally figured out, and anything can be figured out.
Yeah, I was having this chat with my wife this morning. We were talking about, domestic violence, and we were talking about suicide for some reason and some of the shocking numbers around some of that stuff. One of the challenges I think you have at the moment is that things like social media make it very easy for people to paint a picture that their life is totally perfect and they've got this wonderful existence. And I think everybody who's going through struggle in life, and everybody goes through struggle, sees that, and it just exacerbates the problem. And I think it's making the world a genuinely unhappy place. Which is why you don't find me on social media anymore.
Yeah.
But I think probably to the just figuring it out point, the way I sort of got my break into coaching full time is we ran that little website, and that sort of helped me get another job. I ended up working for a publisher, and one of the titles we had was Sports Illustrated. And Jake White, who was the World Cup winning coach, came into the offices for an interview with Sports Illustrated. And I just happened to go to make myself a cup of tea or whatever at the time, and he was just walking down the corridor, and I sort of knew him, probably to say hello, but didn't really know the guy. And we just started chatting, and we ended up in a boardroom drawing out things about rugby and game plans and different things. And a few months later, he got the job at the Brumbies here in Australia and invited me to come onto his coaching staff. And so it was just an absolute chance moment. I think one of the things that when I think about it, the thing was at the time Jake wasn't employed. He didn't have a job. So I wasn't talking to Jake to try to get a job.
Yeah.
I was just talking to him because I was interested in the game and I was trying to learn and all of those things. And I think that's sometimes what I'd say to young guys who say, they want to get into coaching professionally or whatever. It's like, you've just got to enjoy the craft and you've got to enjoy the struggle with it and all of that stuff. And the opportunities to do it more permanently will come along at the right time. But I think if that's your sole goal, if that's what you chase all the time, to just want to do it, you miss out on the experience of wrestling with the learning and all that stuff.
Yeah, I love that. And we talked about this on the first episode of this show as well. Enjoying the process and not focusing so much on the outcomes. Those outcomes do come.
Yeah, and it's quite a hard thing to always do, right? Like, especially when in any environment you start getting under pressure for results, or people from the outside start writing nonsense about you in the media and all that stuff. And definitely I don't get it all right. In fact, I've probably in my career I've got it really wrong a couple of times, and then I have to try to self-correct a bit.